Hello everyone, this video is about ROCm 3.3 on Ubuntu 2004, which as you know was released a couple of days ago. Normally the installation steps are exactly the same as for the previous Ubuntu versions and previous ROCm versions. But as it turns out, there seems to be some specific issues with Ubuntu 2004 and ROCm 3.3. So I'm going to talk about these in this video. So before we get started, if it's the first time you're installing ROCm, I suggest you look at the previous installation video. I'm going to put the link in the description. Because in this video, I only talk about what needs to be fixed for these specific versions. So first thing, I'm going to look at the issues page on the ROCm GitHub. So if you install 3.3 directly, you're going to have a couple of errors. One of the errors you're going to have is when you run ROCm info, you're going to get out of resource. Similar to this. I got this error too. If you run CL info, you're going to have segmentation fault also. So you're going to have a couple of issues. So as you can see, different users have suggested different solutions, but what worked for me is actually installing 3.1 first and after upgrading to 3.3, and it solved most of the issues for me. So if you're new to Linux, it might be not obvious to how to install the previous version of ROCm, because when you do apt show you only see the latest version. So if you want to install 3.1, you need to point your repo to the previous version. You can find the previous versions here at repo.radeon.com. And so for example, in our case, we want to point the repo at this version. So what we're going to do is modify the apt list with this command, and here we specify the version we want, like this. So once you've done that, you don't forget to update and if you reissue the command, you should see the previous version here now. And now you can proceed to install it. To install the specific version, you just do a sudo apt install ROCm dkms and equal to the specific version you want to install. And after, you don't forget to add your user to, if it's a fresh install, don't forget to add your user to the video group and reboot after. So after that, you can test your commands, ROCm info. So normally there should not be any no more problems with it. CL info also, ROCm SMI. ROCm SMI was always working. Also ROCm bandwidth test. If you haven't installed, you can just sudo apt install ROCm bandwidth test. Should take 1 or 2 seconds. So the basic commands are working. So now we can test Tensorflow-rocm. If you're with previous versions 2004, you can just install Tensorflow-rocm with the usual steps. It will work. As you know, if you're with 2004, it comes with Python 3.8. So right now there's no support for Python 3.8. As you can see, there's one for 3.7, 3.6, 3.5, and 2.7. So if you attempt to install Tensorflow-rocm, you'll get this type of error, matching distribution not found. So the solution is either to build your own TensorFlow against Python 3.8 or find a pre-built wheel. So luckily, AMD started to include Python 3.8 support in their nightly build. So you can get a nightly build at this address. I'll put in the description down below. So I tested this version here and it worked. So this is just a basic test, but as you can see, the performance is much better than with the previous version. If you watch my previous install video, it's about 30 image second, over 30 image second more performant. If you have RX 580, you won't be able to run this right away. You will probably have to set a debug variable called implicit gem. So basically what I did is export equal to 0, so disables implicit gem for the RX 580 and it should work. Gem means general matrix multiply. So if you let's say we put it back on, just show you what error I got. So if you have a Vega 56 or 64, you probably don't have to set this variable. So as you can see, got a status error. So basically the reason is that he cannot find the right algorithm. So that's it. You should get ROCm working on Ubuntu 2004. So in the comment section down below, if you test it with different cards, please let me know how it goes. If you have problems, feel free to ask questions. And also don't forget to subscribe and press the like button. Thank you.